Let's look at the steps to drape the O-arm gantry with the tube drape. Using sterile procedure, remove the drape from its packaging and place it on a sterile surface with the left hand label facing up. Unfold the drape to the left and right. Lift the top fold and unfold the drape toward you. You should be able to see the "This End Over Unit" label. Insert your hands, palms down, into the drape at the indicators. Lift the drape and carry it to the open door of the gantry. A non-sterile assistant grips the edge of the drape at one of the Grip Here tabs and lifts the drape up over the top of the gantry. It helps if a non-sterile assistant can do this at the same time on the other side. Because the Grip Here tabs are folded over to maintain sterility, the label on them may face down. While you are lifting the drape over the upper portion of the gantry, make sure that no part of the drape snags on the gantry door. You've pulled the drape fully over the gantry when only the folded up portion remains at the gantry door opening. At the cabinet end, remove the backing from the tape on the drape at the top center of the positioner and tape the back of the drape onto the positioner. You'll also find a piece of tape on the drape on either side of the gantry. Remove the backing from these pieces of tape and tape the drape to the positioner or to the underside of the gantry. Once you've draped the top of the gantry, have the operator bring the O-arm system around the patient table. Always look to make sure that the O-arm system will not contact anything while it is being positioned. Break the tabs that are holding the folded up portion of the drape and loosen that portion so that it hangs down. The operator will now close the gantry door. A non-sterile assistant can assist to hold the open end of the drape while the gantry door is being closed and guide this end of the drape over the lower part of the gantry. While the side panels of the gantry door are closing, make sure that no portion of the drape gets caught in the gantry door. Next, you'll use the poly ties on one side of the gantry to tape up the drape slack. If you're using the O-arm system with a Stealth Station navigation system, do this on the side of the gantry opposite where the Stealth Station system camera is positioned. Tug each poly tie to lift it free of the tape holding it down, then remove the backing on the tape of each poly tie, gather up the drape at that point, and use the poly tie to tie up the drape slack. When you've finished, if you're using the O-arm system with a navigation system, go to the other side of the gantry and pull off any poly ties that are over the O-arm tracker. Make sure that the drape is smooth over the tracker so that the camera can see all of the LEDs in it. Let's look at how to remove the tube drape from the O-arm system. The first step in removing the tube drape is to release the poly ties that are holding the excess drape up. Next, go to the door end of the gantry. There's a label that says "Tear Away After Use" directly above a fine perforation in the drape. A sterile assistant holds the drape above the label and a non-sterile assistant holds the drape below it while the operator opens the gantry door. Once the door is open, the non-sterile assistant pulls down to tear the drape along the perforation so that the non-sterile portion drops down. Roll the upper sterile part of the drape into a ball and tuck it into the opening at the top of the gantry door. The operator now backs the system away from the table, as always, making sure the path is clear so that the O-arm system won't contact anything.